All right, let's talk about a major league upgrade for any React Native app you're working on, mastering navigation. We're going to take a pretty simple collection of screens and turn it into a polished, intuitive app that actually feels like something you'd find on the App Store.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got a basic screen, right? It feels like a prototype. On the right, you have that clean, modern tab bar that every user instantly understands. This is the jump from "it works" to "this feels professional." And by the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to do it.
So first up, let's talk about upgrading your navigation. We're moving past that simple screen-to-screen flow because honestly, while it's a good starting point, it's just not how real-world apps are built. You know the problem with that basic stack navigation, where you're just pushing new screens on top of old ones? It's kind of like a one-way street. You go forward, 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 and your only other option is to go back one step at a time. Users today expect to be able to jump between the main parts of an app instantly, and that's the exact limitation we're about to fix. Which brings us to the core idea for today, the nested navigation pattern. Now, before we even touch a single line of code, it is so important to get your head around this concept because it's the secret sauce used by pretty much every major app on your phone right now.
So, what is nested navigation, really? It's actually a super simple idea. You just place one navigator inside of another one. For our purposes, this means we're going to put a tab navigator, which will handle all our main primary sections, right inside our existing stack navigator, which will keep handling our individual secondary screens. This isn't just some clever trick. This is the industry standard way to do it. Here's a great way to think about it. Picture a filing cabinet. The stack navigator, that's the cabinet itself. The tab navigator, well, those are the big color-coded folders inside. You know, home, profile, settings. And then the individual screens are just the documents you file inside those folders. It creates this perfect, easy-to-understand hierarchy.
And the payoff for your user is huge because those tabs are always visible. Your users never feel lost. They can jump from home to their profile without having to hit the back button a dozen times. It helps them build a clear mental map of your app. And it still lets you seamlessly push secondary screens like a details page that don't need a spot on the main tab bar.
Okay, enough theory. Time to actually build this thing. We're going to take a high-level look at the implementation. Not every single character of code, but the key architectural pieces that make this whole thing click. The whole process really boils down to 3 simple steps. First, we'll install the library we need. Second, we'll create our new tab navigator. And finally, we'll plug it right into our existing app stack. That's it.
Step 1 is about as easy as it gets. You just pop open your terminal, run this one command, and you've installed the official bottom tabs library from React Navigation. Done!
All right, for step 2, we're going to create a new file. Let's call it tabnavigator.js. As you can see, we just import the create bottom tab navigator function, and then we define each of our tabs as a tab.screen. This one file becomes the single source of truth for your entire bottom tab bar.
Now this, right here, this is the magic trick. This is the aha moment of nesting. Back in our main appnavigator.js file, we just add a new stack.screen. But look closely. Instead of giving it a normal screen as its component, we're passing in our entire tab navigator component. The whole tab system basically becomes the first and primary screen of our application. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's move on to the final section and talk about the so what. Why did we do all this? Because this new structure creates an absolutely rock-solid foundation for your app's future. This table just lays out the payoff perfectly. Before, if you wanted to go to your profile, you had to find a specific button somewhere. Now, you just tap the Profile tab, doesn't matter where you are. Getting back home used to mean tapping back, back, back. Now, it's one tap on the Home tab. And notice, for things like opening a details page, the stack still works exactly like it always did. You get the best of both worlds. And I really want to drive this point home. This is not some weird, obscure technique. This nested structure is the fundamental architecture for building scalable, professional mobile apps. Go check your phone. From your social media apps to your banking app, they're almost all built on this exact principle. So here's the crucial takeaway. By setting up this structure now, you've built a foundation that is ready for serious growth. When you decide you want to add slick icons or notification badges or even custom animations to your tabs, it's going to be incredibly straightforward because you've already got the right architecture in place. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. We've given our app a professional structure. The navigation is robust, it's scalable, it's intuitive.
But the next logical question is, how do we make it look the part? Well, that's a great topic for another time. Thanks for joining.